What is up, YouTube? LazeeLlama here, and here we are back with some more Click Your S2 beta. Grinding along, I actually, as you can see, let it farm up a couple zones, or actually, I should say, I farmed it up a couple zones. Grind that a little bit. We had to actually level up. I wanted to make sure we could try to beat this in this episode, so that was kind of the goal. What I'm going to do here is turn this off and activate this, and as long as we watch that, we should be good. We got full mana, should have no problem doing all this. We also have our reload up, like, everything should be good to go. And just kind of chill. Just kind of chill. We're going to grab this, which is going to make our big clicks do a little bit more. I wonder if adding big clicks to this every 4 seconds. It's a 7-second cooldown. Let's put it on a 10-second timer. Slow it down a little bit. And throw that on. And just see how much extra mana that uses. Shouldn't be terrible. We just got a buff for it, so might as well try to make a little bit of use out of it, huh? As long as we don't let it get too low, we should be okay. Probably around the 20% mark, we'll want to bump that up. We're not obviously one-shotting like we were the first bit of this, but it's going pretty good. We're going pretty good. We're not expecting to see 100% one-shots the whole way through. As much as I'd like it, it's not going to happen. Getting this is still going to be worth it as well. It's a lot of damage for fairly close to the same price. It's a lot more damage. Alright, let's activate this. Is this not working? Oh! Like, why is it? This is definitely not working. Like, this is 100% not working right now. We still, I'm making sure we still go up while it's being used. Should have just waited for that, actually. Yeah, we'll be fine, like, doing it like this. 100%, I think we'll be good. Continuing on like this, we should be fine. Should make it through, like I said, this episode. We might end up throwing a cut here or there if, you know, it comes down to needing to do that. But I think we'll be okay. We can average in this range of energy. Moving at a fairly good pace. Having that big clicks kind of come in here and get some good smacks is going to help speed us up a little bit. So we'll keep it up. When this energy runs out, we'll reapply it. Get another energize, up and going. Again, we have a lot saved up here, so we should be good. Plus we have, again, this whole thing, a reload. Should help reload it, obviously. That's what reload does. But we're moving along real great. That allows us to like continue our one-shots on, which we can't normally do, so we'll grab that and continue on. Seem to be moving fairly well through these zones. We're on a nice timed world that we, had zero issue with. So the 75 boss might throw us a little bit of trouble, but we'll see. We'll see. Those last like 20 zones though are really bad. They can be very time-consuming and be quite a hassle to get through, to be honest. They can be rough. That's generally where I see definitely the most slowdown is those last 20 zones. Again, we're on world 1, so we don't really get too much odd stuff. Same thing in here. We got good natural monster health and good item cost, and then again we're still on the standard economy and standard monster growth, which we can't get variables for yet. Once you can get variables for that, again, those can start to mess with your runs a little bit. We'll talk about that again as we approach those. I can't wait to like show you guys that part of the game and stuff as well. Bam. But again, you guys are showing some insane support on this series, and I absolutely love it, guys. If you guys can keep that up, keep smacking the like button. If you guys are enjoying, it is super motivating and just awesome to see that there's so many people kind of coming together and still enjoying this. Or not still enjoying, but like enjoying this so much is really what I mean. It's insane. It's insane. Can't thank you guys enough for the support. Oh no. Please? We almost lost that. That was so close to losing that. We might still lose it. Let's build out of that. Let's build out of that. That's a little scary. If we lose that, we're down for 4 minutes of me being able to nicely relax. Which I really don't want. Honestly, the big clicks isn't adding a ton for us. We should only turn it on when we get really high energy buildup. I'm going to probably keep it off for the most part. It is nice to have, but we actually don't want energy too high as we are getting fairly close to a level. So we'd rather just kind of, I think we could afford one of these. Could have just bought one, I think, but I think they lit up for a split second. Yeah, let's grab that haste. haste you can still never go wrong with, really ever. There's never a point. I mean, maybe in certain builds there's a point, but in most builds I can say, at least in my other build, there's never a point where there's too much haste. I've still not reached a point where I've had, like, oh man, I've built too much haste. I've never done that yet. Never once said that to myself. That's going to give us some pretty big boost. Get a couple clickables here. Try to make some of our clickable stuff worth it. We have been trying to get our treasure chest chance up a little bit, which, let me make sure again that I'm not missing anything here, right? Yeah, no. We aren't missing it. Our clicker, or our, where is it? Treasure chest chance, 6%. It's not that high. I've had that really, really high before. It's actually amazing when you're farming worlds. When you're back farming, it's insanely awesome to have. Helps out immensely. We got it. I thought I was gonna miss it. Sometimes they go so fast, and with this open, it's like you want to close this, but when you close this, and by the time it's moved, this is now blocking it again. It messes you. I have a hard time grabbing those sometimes. And those aren't nice and don't come back to you. Like the fish we were talking about last episode, if they scroll by, a lot of the time they'll come back. And I'd say I'd show you guys, but I don't really want to risk it because sometimes it doesn't come back. So I'm clicking them if I see them. But if we naturally accidentally miss one and I notice it, we'll see if it comes back. For the most part, I never have a problem with that. We probably should use up some of our energy. So again, we're getting really close to level. I might not be able to use this in time. Just kind of click in to keep it low. We're so close to that level. There we go. Now we can shut this back off. Nice thing now is we get this here, which is insanely awesome. Multiplies your mana regeneration by 133%, meaning basically off the bat, I start with an extra 33% mana regen. So right now we actually boosted it to 125. So that's going to boost up a decent bit here, a decent bit. And now it's at 166. That's a lot. That is an insane amount of mana regen. It wasn't worth. We're kind of down here at this point. We could probably get some use out of this one, but I actually could have afforded this, which would have been better. Getting that at this point is double my damage, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be something we're gonna grab. We won't need it. It won't do enough for us. We'll have to use some abilities here for sure. Have to use some abilities for sure. Let's pop this again. If we get this in the same time period one of those is clicking, generally there's a bit more damage. We can tap this to boost us back up. Keep this a little high and obviously refill this a tad. We've got a beat, so I'd rather just kind of take it slow without using too much energy. It's actually a decent place to build up energy by doing these fights because you get a lot of auto attacks in because you're not one-shotting at all. So the higher haste on boss fights, doing them a little slower is not such a bad idea. Also, if you have a high treasure chest chance, I can tell you, and you're like struggling, just lose the world, like lose the boss on purpose if you're not one of the, you know, basically 25, 50, or 75. If you have a high chance and you are actually struggling doing it. And when I say high chance, I mean like, you know, you got a 15% chance to get treasure chest because it's not worth doing it too much. If you could slide by and beat it, but grabbing that treasure chest gold is insanely helpful. It's not like it's a good strat. I'm just saying, if the time comes and you feel like you need it, it's not a terrible way to go. Let's help speed this up a tad bit. It's going a little slower than I'd like. I don't actually know if we're going to get this done this video, even with me doing all that extra farm. What I could do is push up to like the last 5 maybe levels, and we can farm through that. And maybe we do that. You know what? Let's actually go do that a bit. Let's farm a tad. We'll do a little bit of offline farming. We'll come back. We'll do our first like actual cut in the middle of the video. Actually, I think we've done this once before, but I don't like to do these too much in this. But sometimes you get that where you just black screens. But we don't even need that. It's not gonna do much for us. It's actually same. It'll bring us half of our damage. It's the cheapest, so that's why I did it. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in a little bit of some of this farming through. Just because I do kind of want to keep this all. I just missed one of those things. Keep this all within a video's length, rather than doing this in 2 videos. I feel like I'd rather get through more for you guys, so we can move on to obviously World 2 or faster runs of World 1 sooner. All right, so we come back and here we are pushing through. Let me get things reorganized here. Let's turn this back off. Let's reactivate that. Get things moving. Beat this no problem. We farmed up at 95. I let it kind of just chill for a little while when I got it up here. I don't know why I just did that, but let it chill for a while. So we are good to push. Saved it for full mana just for ha-has. So we could spend a little excessive if I want. I'll probably run a couple things as we go. Make sure we're going at a good pace here. I don't want to take forever getting to these last zones. These last 5 zones generally can take quite some time, especially on some of the later on worlds, like after World 3. You start getting some weird multipliers that kind of affect late game. The longer it gets, actually, the much harder the scaling gets. Some odd things like that. So as of right now, we don't have to worry about that, but that'll come on a little later. We'll kind of talk and I'll explain kind of everything I know as I go. I'm still learning a lot every single day, so the time I get there on these videos, I'm gonna know so much more to be able to pass on down to you guys, which is pretty sweet. Kind of doing it in the format we are. But yeah, we're going pretty solid here. I'm just using multi-clicks while Clickstorm's running to kind of keep us averaging around this 100 mark. And we have all this, plus we have a reload. It's like it's more energy than we could ever think of. I've waited longer than I probably needed to. That's what I'm kind of getting at here, but it's alright. I'd rather wait a little longer than we need to than not enough to where, you know, we're stuck grinding or we have to cut again or something. But again, the artwork in this game, I just can't get over it, guys. It's so good. And I still think this is my favorite boss. I should probably re-energize up. Got a couple of treasure chests coming, which is sweet. Couple of them. We'll grab haste for the end, I guess. Not as important, but I'll let our mana regen back up. We gotta make sure we're pretty farmed up for the boss. Plus, 99 is a timed world, so. And the music. You can never. Music never gets old. So good. I'm hoping as the game goes, they add like more music and whatnot to the game, just so it changes more. I mean, there's already a pretty big variety of music in the game, but I'd love to see some more. I'd love to see some more, but we're definitely gonna go a crit build. I've already been looking at some abilities, and there's a bunch of different cool stuff we're gonna go for crit. There's one up here actually. We're gonna end up grabbing after we probably go out and grab the crit stuff, but we'll come up here and basically. Crits from auto attacks restore 1 mana, which will probably be pretty good. We'll get that, like I said, after we get really the build going, but we'll have all the high crit percent, so it'll kind of work out really well with all that. But here we go. We got a boss treasure chest, which is amazing. If you can ever get that to happen. I mean, it's not one of the big bosses, but these give a lot more, so that's all that gold comes in. Gets us where we want. This is probably going to give more for us than that would have done. I didn't actually look, but normally that's how that works. Generally how it works. You see this time zone is going to be pretty much nothing. We'll get through it again pretty easily. The real struggle is going to come down, if any struggle, is going to come down to the final boss, which hopefully we can still beat on the first go around or so. We're not stuck, you know, grinding for too long. I don't know. We should be able to afford this by the end, right? This is the next thing we can afford. Yeah. Which that's quite a bit of damage. A little doubles our damage, so we'll save up and grab that. Although actually, we might not get it here. No, we'll get it. I'm gonna hold out a second because if we get enough for this, this is more damage. This might give us enough for it. Gonna have to hold out because we'd actually be better off grabbing this. No. Grab the crit damage, stack our 5 and that, and energize. And let's do it. Oh, we got it. Easy peasy. Stock our energy back up. Make sure we're solid here on the energy. Can upgrade this a little bit if we got it. I mean, it's not going to do anything for us really, but it's the rest of the gold we have, and we're going to beat it. So, might as well up any damage we could. We went from 1% to 3%, so we should level up after this. Will be nice. Level 17. And this is only second run. We plan to do it 2 more times. Next couple of videos we'll be doing this. We'll get to the point where next video probably might be 2 videos. Next world might be 2 videos on it as well. But we'll see. We will see if it ends up going that direction. We might be able to squeeze it in 1, but the last one should definitely be in 1. Again, it's going to just get faster and faster as we really start moving through this. The time on this one's going to be a lot faster too, although with the amount of grinding I let it sit, it's only going to be so fast. See, we're good. Should be transforming on the sooner side, and we should see it going over to the other form. Actually, it might still be time. I'm not 100% sure if it's timed yet or not. That makes it change. It's definitely not the halfway point. Last time it happened like right before the half, like time-wise. I might actually kill it before it changes. Which doesn't really do anything for you, but... yeah, we golden. We golden. There it goes. Yeah, a little bit before. And there she is. So good looking. We can minimize this once again. Forgot, we don't need that open in the boss fight. So good looking. I think they did such a good job on the boss. All the bosses, like I said, look cool. This is my favorite one. I think they did the best on this one. The whole changing that this one does is awesome. How it goes from like that beginning form to this. I would kind of wish the other ones all kind of had different forms like this. Bam, bam, bam. Alright. Use up the rest of our energy here. Kind of trying to finish this up. We just get our multi-clicks here. Nah, they're not doing as much as that's doing. I think that's actually, that does more than we leveled up there, yep, but it does more than our huge clicks. The big clicks does a little more for us currently, which I think we're going to be more buffing them as well. Again, there it is. 32, or sorry, an hour and a half. 32,000 XP. Not bad, not bad. Again, we could have done it much quicker than an hour and a half. That is for sure. I did kind of delay quite a bit by just letting it sit and level up, but you can see we'll only be getting 21,000, which is still a ton of XP. That's still like 2 levels. And then that third one, that fourth one doing it after we do this will give us enough to get us to 20 or 21, which should be plenty. Again, you can already see that in here. We look at our damage multiplier. It's not bad, but no, actually, it's well above the monster health here. But we want to just get as high above that monster health % as you can to make this as easy as possible. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please take a second and smack the like button. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!